so incredibly confident. I want Fnatic to find that confidence back.
Yeah, confidence being key for me as well. We kept talking about yesterday how it was concerning to see Boaster, and actually it was on bind.
Get that mana raise. Well, Team Liquid 0-0 starting out as the barriers go up. They have already swapped spots with the attackers. Back into the retake, fight out of a smoke, take that front site control. Miniboo's caught a bit in the open here. Already down to 50, revealed as well, but this is what it's all about. Waiting for that flash. Miniboo going down makes it a bit more awkward. And Crashies still had vision, took Purpo down, and puts Fnatic into the lead. Oh my, Alpha! It's a messy fight. Nats ends up with one somehow, but it might not play a role. And in the end, it's a cleanup for Fnatic.
Yeah, good trading. Good fundamental play. I think that was some of the issues they had on the last map, was just being caught isolated, and they end up losing those fights. And after it happens again early, like, look at where he is fighting people. It's closer to your spawn than it is to the site. But it's the way they have their opponents back, and a little bit of luck, you know. It happens sometimes.
Nice! 1-0. Come on, man! Come on and push us!
Okay, you got the first map. That doesn't really mean too much. They know they're going to push. Of course they know they're going to push. So spamming that smoke makes a lot of sense. That is still here. Oh, Alpha just quick enough. That could have been deadly. Instead, oh, Kayak. He's taken space on the other side of the map, but at this stage, I feel like the remaining two are just going to look to go down to that spike.
Planted.
And even farming up quite a lot of orbs. You can see Alpha's now the one with the Marshal hunting down towards this site. He is 2 away from a showstopper, and in the next round, that could help out a bunch. TP taken though. Those players will be hunted down. Alpha has a chance. He could end up with one, and in fact, both kills. A 3K here. That has given Alpha.
He gets the gun.
We've seen this before though. Purpo playing towards that elbow, flashing out. The delay of the snake bite, but a little different when Nat's going to invade that space. He's gotten so close, but a beautiful seize reveals him, gives the pick away, and now the pressure truly on. The showstopper still not burned from Fnatic. They've got that as a safety net, and they'll keep it as one in the back pocket for a future round, as the third seems to be coming easily into their favor. Team Liquid, they're going to concede.
And that's always where Fnatic has done some of their best work, is if we know what you're going to do, we can beat it. 3-0, it's early days, but it's already looking far better than the last map.
Yeah, and I think even from the pistol, from seeing Boaster stand on his feet, get a little bit loud, it's so important to have the squad. That's so unlucky. I thought it was the seize. Yeah, it was too far back to actually reveal him. And that barrel was going to cross him in the end, and who knows?
Hey, hookah boy!
You'll be watching Santiago from home, and the energy's looking better on Fnatic, but in this round, the opening pick goes to Liquid.
But in 2024 and 2025, they did watch from home until coming back at stage 1. That's nice from Camo, though. The slow, perfect.
45 on the clock when push comes to shove. A shame to lose that showstopper in the opening duel. That was so close. The right idea by Kayak, but the wrong execution. That flash, though, a different story. He's got himself 2 eventually. Took down Camo, but here he comes again. The menace on the server. Sliding around and finding one round for Team Liquid.
Yeah, much more of what we expected to see from them. Some of this aggression that has caught their opponents out quite a bit. The initial firing squad and then the reaction coming out from Camo. That is the trouble with this composition, is if you fall into, okay, we lost a couple of rounds. Maybe used in an execute here. The double up in Hookah. Contact and then a second layer. The gun's been spotted, but Althea still wins the fight.
Well, he goes, Hinder landed, and it's the TP play from Nats to try to find value. The orbital strike put down, but those players hindered can fall back just far enough. The blast packs, I think, helped Alpha, but he's left on 30. And with Kayak falling in that attempt to take space elsewhere, they are already so far behind. With Alpha being picked off, this round looks like it's dead in the water. Boaster and Crashies left to pick up those pieces. They're walking into the site that's stacked as well. The first goes their way, but now that's the end of it. 3K for Nats, a second round for Team Liquid, and they're climbing back already.
It was just that reaction once again. The immediate aggression out from Camo, the slow to give them space, and then Nats just popping his way through the TP, cover still being held on the other side. It's just layers to the setups that they have. Now
What do you
early
think
start.
I think I will chill against him? I can shield nothing last time when I played on Fracture, not now.
Rolling back the years, my goodness. There's the showstopper finally put through, and Liquid's response is, as you may have expected, to go pushing, but Purpo made a big mistake. The showstopper finds its mark. Kayak with the disruption into the spawn. Nats though, ice in a furnace, he's grabbed two. That might just keep Liquid in it, and here comes Miniboo. Getting space and locking these players in towards Lamps as he was watching the cross, but Crashies somehow survives! Left into the 1v1, but Boaster waits on the other side of that molly for the 4th round on the board for Fnatic.
The back and forth has been crazy. The IGL's clutching out either round. And it's just the sheer pace of this one, like a showstopper in one way, an aggressive showers push the other way, a spawn fight back in from the defenders, and then it all coming down to 1v1 where Boaster has to take down Miniboo. No, this time we had to mute it. A couple of rifles into play, one of them in the hands of Nats, and while Camo was hoping to find a victim, it's actually Nats to find one instead. And there's the Viper Spit. They're just trying to delay for Camo. They're trying to give him space. If he could drop the spike, this round is basically over. And he's going to try and make that move.
10 seconds left.
Already getting in on the flank. The spike just about being planted, but I don't even think it matters anymore. Vekash has to clutch versus the whole squad, and it's the classic to take him down. Liquid surrounded them.
Whether it's Nats wrapping up behind you, this is not a map that you can give that much space. I like the idea of playing it slow, but that little bit of extra delay, the read from Liquid. I'm also surprised that Liquid had used at like 40 seconds. They threw in the snake bite towards B long.
It seems like the response is going to be a pacier take. Weaponry weak, but Alfia still has a rifle in hand. Needed to win the fight, but actually Kayak gets it and now could pick up that rifle for his own. They do have themselves a Viper's Pit if they can find space to use it, but look at where the defenders are already.
Seeker's gone on to Vikash as well. They know that there's a player far outside the site, but soon they may just flee completely. That wall can go up and they can take the TP. Already seeing so many players here from Team Liquid. Fnatic, they hold their ground. They stand the line and fall together instead. 4-4 now. Team Liquid have caught up.
I don't mind the idea from Fnatic. Like, your opponents have been pushing B short in quite a lot of rounds. It's been a 3-man push there. And it didn't seem to make a difference. It got a little bit further than maybe they would have done, but for Miniboo, this has just been a farming round.
Nice.
Got over halfway back towards his ult already.
This has been what they do every single time. That snake bite's enough to slow them, and buy time is all they need to do. Flank is getting so close to coming to completion, and now there it is, off the orbital strike, and ult cancelled out for a piece of utility. And although Kayak finds two, now the flank strikes. The spike is stuck in his corner. They might have the sight, but they need to get out. And the damage done leaves Purpo with an opportunity. A low HP Kayak on the site. The pieces can still be picked back up for Liquid to continue this dominant run. 4 out of 5 rounds, but Kayak will seal the deal for Fnatic. The lead is back in their hands.
Oh, that round was all him. That round was all him. Like, the delay that was set up by Liquid was nigh on perfect. The snake bite to stop them, the molly straight after. He goes through with his TP and is completely alone. This is him fighting versus all the opponents while his teammates are just stuck in a corner, and he gets 2 openers and then even clutches it out at the end. This is the star power that we needed to see.
They're holding for contact. Crashies is about to give it, but he found the info. Punished. Perhaps that flash was perfect. Still, shots from the side are making this awkward until Vikash goes down. Now the players on the side have to worry about their flank, and somehow Wayne keeps the trades equal. A 2 versus 2.
Smoke's down.
It looks like Nats is going to come around to meet Purple. They'll both play this from the flank.
That's dependent on what Fnatic do here. They are baiting the plant. They are worried of almost every single angle, but maybe not the correct one. Alfia is watching though. That was the main fight. Now Nat's coming in on the flank. And they're still just baiting. They're still trying to make him go for this, make him take the 1v1. It is smart stuff from Fnatic. You want to try and surprise us? We have time to spare.
Singing from the same hymn sheet, and they have put the pressure onto Team Liquid. A 6-4 scoreline and a timeout from Liquid. Their first in this half, and really the first time in the series that we've seen any sign that Liquid are feeling the pressure.
Yeah, well, the first map was the thing is, the first map was two things. One, it was you throwing in a bit of a more risky comp.
Hey!
That potential builds and builds and builds. You can even see that Wayne is sat in the spawn. He's making sure he can rotate into the right place. The problem is they've kind of been faked out, and that's going to make it a lot harder for him to do his job.
2 players spotted as well towards this B site. All the info there for Fnatic. Ults coming online in this and the next round. This could be a dominant close to the half. Team Liquid trying to thin out that herd, but only the one to be found in the trade. So quick from Fnatic. There is nothing to be done but sit and watch as 6 turns into 7. Fnatic, 1 round left to play in the half, and it looks like they've recovered control.
And has just been ripping heads all the way through this half. The thing is, I don't mind the idea of having those reactive ultimates, but with the dimensional drift online, I think Kayak was able to get them so much information that they're like, okay, at some point, we are going to see Wayne. I think this might be easier said than done. Alfia already setting up, 40 seconds left. No one is even close to rotating. They'd have to dip through the TP, and that's as bad as it could have gone. Viper on Viper, Vekash takes him down. That leaves the site open for free. Nightfall will be thrown in. They've got the information, but this is where that fast flank through the TP needs to come in, and the showstopper is going to buy them. Well, doing by the time. No, he's just going to send it.
Yeah, he's done damage on a camo though. Here goes the convergence path. Now time to dive on in. Could be pressure for Alfia to deliver down below. Hookah, and he's being spun on by Miniboo. Another perhaps, but no, the Kaz is there to greet him. A lead present sent his way. Wayne looking the wrong way. He's being sliced up, and Fnatic 4 versus 2. The godlike performance needed for Liquid, needed from Camo and Purpo. As the time ticks, another found, and it's down to just Kayak! They've done it! Every shot landed for Team Liquid!
Baffled by the fact that they've managed to turn that back around. I was fully convinced after the knife that this was completely close. Nonetheless, well, I need myself a breather, so let's go down to Lou, who's standing by with a lovely interview.
You know, this face is
Understandable.
spike
Better
planted.
to set up for the post, but Vekash is going to be caught, pincered on both sides. Nice play by Liquid. That aggression doesn't seem to be going anywhere. There's still 3 players moving towards the spawn. Nats is wrapping up behind, doing damage, being a thorn in the side and the back for Alphayer as Camo on 10 HP. It takes quite a brave fight indeed, but he's got the info. Last 2 players fully spotted, and you can see Liquid ready for every engagement sent their way. Even if Miniboo goes down, oh, I was gonna say he's likely to. Never mind, little help from his friends. And Team Liquid find the pistol. That gap is closing in on Fnatic.
Yeah, this is always the most terrifying part when you face off against this Liquid side, is I feel like this is now the perfect way to activate Nats. Like, you have this super fast-paced aggro into the site, panic stations, everyone rotate, get into position. Nats is like, yep, chilling in spawn. That has always been an issue, especially on this map, is there's knowing he'll be somewhere, and then there's dealing with him.
Well, the easy follow-up, as it often is, Fnatic on classics. And the question for Liquid is, can they hold on to all those weapons? They brought 4 in, 3 Bulldogs as well, so still standing a pretty good chance when it comes to the next round, even without the numbers advantage they're likely to have when grouped up. And hello, Miniboo got forced out by a nade, but forcing the fight didn't take it out of his favor. Boaster and Alpha, the last 2, and well, he got decisions here. Do you care about... That looked funky. Oh, goodness. Do you care about giving them orbs, or do you value finding some for yourself more? And it looks like...
I don't even know what that looks like.
What just happened there, bro? All right, end zone flawless. No mistakes made by Liquid, and even Nats is scratching his head a little bit.
Hey, he's getting some style points. He's getting tricky with it. 7-7. That second pistol once again, putting Liquid back into favor, and this is where we need to see that response once more from Fnatic. They will come in with the rifles. They will come in with not that much of a detriment with how fast he's moving.
Yeah, it didn't seem to hold him back last round, but now you're up against rifles. Harder to make it work. Already on the site, you've seen the dodge off the stun, but still, Miniboo finds one. Boaster on the trade at least, and now a 4v3, keeping control of the round. Vekash comes to help out, but Boaster's double may have sealed the deal. Good damage coming in from Nats, but 2 players low. Still 3 rifles carried forward for Fnatic.
Get in quick enough, because that's been their issue. Well, that's been a lot of teams' issues. When you have this dive, when you have this fast-paced take, you normally don't have the support, so he just had to run in and take those firefights.
All on minute 30, and it seems Liquid are going to be pretty quick with this one. Even with the ability to TP back, the whole squad is behind Camo, and he doesn't seem to be going anywhere. He wants to go forward. He wants to push through, and with the Sky Flash, they'll try! Wayne puts 2 in the ground. Numbers back even for a moment, but Boaster pulls the advantage out of thin air. I don't think he wants to keep fighting here, though. A 3 versus 2, a judge on the retake for Vikaj. If they don't push into him, that's going to be a tough one to make work. Should be some weapons to pick up behind him. And indeed, they will just wait to take this together. Only 2 left, but it's Wayne and Nats.
Nats is facing the wrong way. Oh, it should have been free, but even still, he manages to catch, crashes, and Wayne, in clutch scenarios, has been sublime, and he needs to get past this utility now. The judge should be deadly. Well, Boaster is there again, climbing up that scoreboard, leading by example, and extending Fnatic's lead by 2.
Yeah, I mean, having a great map here as well. You know, for Boaster, I think he might come into this as like the lowest rated player in the league in EMEA. And I mean, considering the fact that it's not like they've gone for that lower bracket run early on. Maybe just give him a Yoru. But no, it's good to have that little bit. You've seen the value of the dog, value of the info and the flashes as well, but often used individually. Here's Alpha in a lot of trouble, but he's dodged that hinder, and Camo's going to have a much tougher time taking him down, you would think. Nice response with Vikaj keeping the numbers. And they're even going to use an orbital strike. Hey, for a round like this, Liquid have got to be happy to already get a big ult out of the way.
It's a bad thing because he has the spike. So if he doesn't get 2 kills here, they've dropped the spike. He got nothing. That was the low HP player. I thought for sure he'd at least come out with 1, but now this becomes impossible. Of course, it was lower weapons, so the expectations was it would be difficult anyway. Oh, for Kaya, it's just the clean-up crew. 10 rounds for Fnatic.
The corrode and the surprise factor definitely comes into play. Des talked about it. I think Kuka was saying that, you know, you come into that matchup and you only get to prepare for what's coming your way. For the remember, Liquid didn't just sit back and to basically make this BO5 a BO3, put us 1-1.
Kayak once again aggressive, but he might have dealt a headshot. He's received, or his teammate I should say, has received one trying to swing from mid. I like the setup though. Playing contact with Vikaj, but he's not going to be able to stop Minibu. Just too quick on the slide to deal with, and now that singular disadvantage has doubled.
TP taken, but it's the Seekers here that make this a very tough task. Nade sent early, break the Seekers, stop the Neon from pushing, but now we're in a bit of trouble. Oh, Alpha here, he was left reeling, spinning around that site. Not sure where the danger was coming from, and the trick was, it was from all over. 10-8. 2-round gaps, solid response from Liquid, and 4 ultis coming into next.
Yeah, I love the fact that you're probably in that moment shouting like, there's 4 in showers, there's 4 in showers. It's like, but that means there's what? And that's the moment, that's when it first clicks in your brain that if there's 4 players one place, that means Nats is in the other. Just claiming that additional space.
Nice, amazing kills, boys. I think, why is he pushing?
For Fnatic, waiting outside this site. All 5 players are here, and although they're sitting in the smokes containing the space, they haven't yet decided to strike until Alpha goes up top now. Here comes the invasion of the A site. Fnatic, they've already found 2, both falling into the hands of Alpha here. Someone has to fight back on Liquid if the climb back is to continue, and it will be the pit from Nats put in so late. A danger lurking as they've spotted him. The Yoru's looking to push on through, but hold on, Boaster's gone down. Shorty for Nats grabs a double, and the champ's still alive. The duelist of purple, as we know him, here on the sky, popping the flashes to buy them time and swinging for the home run. It's a Red Bull clutch, and Liquid have taken this in to punching distance.
Only Nats. Only Nats has the call to do that. I was sat there.
You're a
I was sat there thinking, there's no way he can even get back into his own pit. But that was never the plan. The plan was to leave everybody low enough for his teammate to close out the round.
Let's go, boys!
These are the absurdities that only Liquid could achieve.
Anyone else in that situation, the Yoru's just on you and you're getting spammed, yet they're a little bit too far away. Nats doesn't know that. He took a risk. He rolled the dice and look at him. Dishing out Snake Eyes to the opposition. He's already found the opening. Looking for a bit more, and well, that, never mind. I was going to say he might punish him. He was pushing down close, but it made no difference. No quarter given by Team Liquid, and in-zone flawless to put them neck and neck. And as Fnatic started to build up momentum, the wind is ripped from their sails. A timeout, the final one we'll see on Bind. Both teams pushed to the limit, but it's Fnatic that are already a map down.
Yeah, every time I think that, okay, this is the moment that Liquid might just slip a little bit. You just see some of that brilliance. You see some of those moments.
And after using up their final pause, the final pause of Bind, aggression towards B long, the trade is very good for Liquid. They continue to get ground, but eyes drawn towards the B site means backs turned on A, and that's where Nats is filling in that space. He has gone so far back to prime. Nats with the space taken, and the Cash can watch the angle. All he wants, the only thing he'll see is a bullet speeding towards his temple. Team Liquid, 4 versus 3, post-plant, momentum, orbital strike, and the ult on Camo. The convergence path could, either one could lock in this round,
look
having
how far
both.
back they are. Look how far back they're sitting. Like you can see all of the spams, everything being used to try and delay them. Crashes has got it to half though. Honestly, not bad, but Nats has already taken another name. They're trying to heal him while he pushes. There goes the molly. And now he's in the corner they spammed. Why would they check this? They do! Crashes clears it again. A chance, a spam for Boaster. This is getting interesting, but can he tank the damage? He'd have to go all the way through this. It's going to be close, but not close enough. A nice attempt, but now Crashes with little to no time. It will be the round for Liquid. And all their post-blood util does the job.
They just didn't have enough playing with a card less in their own. The molly that was sent through followed the snake bite and then the orbital strike.
Look how close it is.
16 health, and frankly, I don't even call that a pixel away.
Do you think as well of his full health? Is that enough?
That puts Fnatic down to pistols, 11-10, the lead taken out of their hand with no chance to fight for it until Liquid push up to 12, until they are, not just on the home stretch, they're knocking on the door, and Fnatic left in the dust. One chance to fight for this. They need to push it to OT. And they're not winning this one, I'll tell you that. Nats is tied with his food and end zone flawless with style. Liquid looking to send Fnatic home. 2 maps would basically be a death sentence. They need 3 in a row, and right now Liquid look like the better squad.
He just 360'd him. He's going for old school phase and optic clips. Like, what is this? Is he making a montage mid-game? Like
I don't know what's going on. What's going on? We just distract them, that's it.
That's the Nats factor. 24 and 13. You could spend a whole day prepping for what this man has done in the past, what he's going to do. But dealing with him is a problem. This round, they've got him. They found him. There's more pieces to the puzzle. Boaster on the corner. He's going to dodge the ult. Gives him a way out of there, but he's under serious pressure. The spam not quite catching him, and this time the defense hold the line.
Oh yeah, even with the one for Camo, so much more needing to be done. The playing towards the spawn could cause problems. In fact, it does. Camo lands it. TP can be taken. 2 versus 3, and the A site wide open. Where do they go for the plant? I mean, they have control over spawn. It's the right call. Nice and open as well. Even towards bathroom, you have to be scared. This is going to steal information out of the hands of Fnatic. And with the deep position from Camo, he was playing here until a matter of seconds ago. They know that nobody's coming from the spawn. They know that they'll be wrapping around, and Camo's connected the dots for his triple. The numbers even, the time ticking, and Fnatic are the ones that need this and a follow-up. They've got to pick up the pace already. Camo's got 4, and he'll close it with the ace. Camo cleaning up, puts them 13-10, 2-0, and 1 map away from Santiago.